think it's important for our guys to know we don't duck anybody. And you never know what you're going to be dealt. And I told them that. Like, we're not going to use anything as an excuse. And because we don't duck anybody and we compete every single game, I don't care who's able to play, our guys were ready. They blocked that out early, that was a non-negotiable. Like, we want everybody to be healthy. But in today's day and age, I just don't know if that's realistic. You know, stuff happens and stuff snowballs, whether that's injury, sickness, flu, COVID, whatever. So I think for them to be able to do that and then have belief in whoever played, you know, we got guys, you know, Trayton Thompson played 40 minutes. Sean Sutherland, coming out of COVID, played 37. You know, Luke, who's now not 100% or close to 100%, you know, plays 39. The belief they have in each other, in what we're doing as a program, they take a lot of pride in that. And I told them in the locker room, like, this was a program win for a lot of reasons, because they're setting the tone of what the standard is and what we're about here. That, you know, it's all about what's on the front of the jersey, and it's all about you're going to compete every single day. Doesn't matter circumstance. Because obstacles are going to come your way, and you got to find a way to still be successful.
Yeah, along those lines, I asked you the other day about measuring growth and progress. You said our mentality be the baddest dudes on the block. Are you seeing that toughness, that culture?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they believe it. You know, I think it's one of those things where, you know, as a staff, we wanted to force that and implement that, because that is the building block of our program. You got guys like Sean Sutherland, like, that believes that. You know, I've seen Sean make that play, you know, 10 times in practice. So that doesn't surprise me at all. That's what Sean does, because he's a tough dude. You know, and the huddles and timeouts were unbelievable. Top down, from, you know, walk-ons to guys that were playing. They just kept talking about, like, this is winning time, because that's what we talk about. Like, we're like, find ways to win. It's going to be different every game. You know, we played, you know, different defenses today. We played man. You know, you have different guys offensively that hadn't played in certain spots. But you just do what it takes to win. And our guys believe that.
Talking about it being a program win, but it doesn't get done without Peyton's effort today. What stood out most to you about his performance?
Just that, you know, he knows he's going to be the focal point of every team's defense, especially now when Jameson's not in. So for him to be able to play 40 minutes and shoot the percentages that he shot, I think McConnell's a pretty good defender, you know, and Rutgers prides themselves on man-to-man defense and being physical, and they tried to wear him down, and it's like in boxing, it was just like body blow, and he just kept taking it, and he never cracked. But the toughness that he has, both physically and mentally, to never lose his cool. I mean, you think about it too, you know, no knock to these other guys, but he hasn't played with some of these guys ever, you know, in a game, you know, in a Big Ten game. But the trust he has in his teammates, because he sees it every day, you know. Credit to him, you know, just stay composed. And his confidence level, I think, carries a lot of guys, you know, and that's what we have to have.
You guys have played so well, then you have that late turnover there, trying to get the ball off the court. What did you tell the guys there in the huddle, just kind of keep their confidence up, so it wasn't like putting all this work?
And the one on Peyton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take blame for that. That was my fault, because I forgot to remind them that when I took the timeout because I wanted to reset the 10-second, and I didn't tell him that it reset. So as soon as he did it, my first thought was, oh my God, he thought that and so that's on me. That's not on him. I totally forgot we had an extra 10. He doesn't make that play, probably. So, you know, then it's just about, all right, bad things happen. How do you respond? Right? You know, like, get over it, on to the next play. You got to, you know, it was what it was, and we got a chance to win. So, like, we got to forget about it. Short-term memory.
You guys are shooting, I think, the worst percentage from three in the Big Ten, but that's not who you guys are. I mean, you guys are a better shooting team than that. I mean, did you feel like at some point it was just going to fall? I mean,
yeah, I always knew that. Yeah. No, I've never wavered on that. It's just a matter of time before we start making shots, you know. So that never ever came into my mind. And, you know, I told Luke, I think it was maybe yesterday, I said, you know, it just takes one or two to go in. And once one or two go in, then all of a sudden that rim looks huge, and now your confidence level is through the roof. And he's been playing too good to not have a game like this. It was just, again, a matter of time. And sometimes it's like when you know you're down and out, whether that's an injury or a flu, it's weird. Mentally, you lock in different. And I thought that's what he did today. And I told him, I said, you're going to have a good game because, like, your thought and mind is on something else. It's not on the game. It's on that you're not feeling well, or it's on, like, how am I going to make it through another media timeout? And all of a sudden now you're just playing. You're like a kid at the park, and it just flows. And I thought he just got into a great rhythm, but, showed unbelievable toughness on both ends of the floor, leadership, being able to get all of our guys with Peyton together on the same page for 40 minutes. Like I said, total team effort.
Ben, was this win a little bit more sweet for you? Your first Big Ten home win in your hometown, and also being down these guys and overcoming that adversity too?
It's more, satisfying because, like, I believe in these guys so much, and you want them to have the same belief in themselves that I have in them. And, you can say it as much as you want. And I knew we were playing better, but when you lose, there's always that little bit of doubt, like, Coach, yeah, I got you. But, so for me, it was more important. So, like, it's not just coach speak these last 2 days when we didn't know what was going to happen, or even this morning during shoot around, which we kind of threw together. It wasn't coach speak. Now they can realize that, you know what, like, man, he was right, or they were right. And that's real. And I think it's tangible now. And we just keep building on that. And I think as the season goes on, like, you're going to have ups and downs. It's whoever can weather the course, but whoever, as you're weathering the course, can build that confidence more and more and more and just go this way. And so that's why, to me, it was big for all those little reasons.
And when did you know for sure that you were going to be without these guys? This morning?
Yeah, this morning. We found out this morning.
So you had 2 hours prepared, 3 quarters?
Yeah, we did a shoot around for maybe about 30 minutes. But we knew going in, like, our medical staff, trust me, has done a great job. Administration has done a great job. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it literally, you don't know. And it could be a COVID, it could be an injury, it could be a flu. Like, people still get the flu, you know what I mean? It's just, you just don't know. And so that part, I'm thankful for. Our guys understand that like, it is what it is. And they're just able to block it out. And they're able to, like I said, when we found out what we had, quick walkthrough, here's what we're doing, boom, 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 boom. Guys were dialed in. There was no BS. And I think because they knew, like, they were up against it, like, their focus became even more. They became tighter in a good way. They knew, like, CD's out there making plays that, like, he doesn't make he was composed, he was calm, he was seeing guys. Didn't take the three, but I think it was because he knew the magnitude of the moment, and he didn't want to let the guy next to him down, and the guy next to him didn't want to let the guy next to him down, and it was just a collective effort by those guys. So.
How often does Peyton speak up during timeouts? It seemed like there was one where he was pretty vocal. How often does he do that? And you know that
yeah.
one was he saying?
I wish he'd do it more. I'm on him to do it more. But no, he, Peyton's a thinker. He when he's in the moment, like, that's how I know when he's rolling, he's doing little stuff like that. And he was in the moment, and I think he knew that, like, he had to be more outwardly today because of the situation. And he had to coach and teach more to these guys because of the situation. And so, he was animating timeouts. He was in a groove with, kind of what they were doing defensively. He was helping the new guys that when I was drawing stuff up, hey, here's what we're doing, boom, 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 boom. Here's how they're going to play it. He was a big help. That's why. But again, that's like do that more. Don't just do it, when we're up against it. That's something, like, sometimes your voice is powerful, So, we always encourage that.
Any of these 3 starters that are out, you're hoping it's not long term?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not. I mean, I think, we got a little break here, so we'll see. But again, we just worry about today, to be honest. And like I said, our trainer, medical staff, administration, they all do a great job of just communicating, and we all understand what it is. I think our biggest thing is just we want to play as many games as we can. Our guys don't want it to end. They don't want to be on pause. They don't want to, skip a game. They just want to play. And I think it's proof today. Like, we want to just give us a chance to be out there, and we'll roll the dice and see what we got. So that's going to be our mentality from here on out, and I like it.
What is the protocol? After they test positive, is it like a travel thing where the next 90 days you don't have to be tested, or is it constantly still going? Like, if they get it, are they in the clear for a while?
Yeah, well, thankfully, so all of our guys are vaccinated, and the guys that are eligible for the booster are boosted. And so because of that, yeah, I think they're not, it's not like something where they're continuously tested. They're out of that phase. So again, that's a testament to these guys because, we don't force that on anybody. It's their decision, it's their choice. And, I think they did it because they don't want to be on pause. And the guys got the booster because they wanted to. There was nothing by me. It was nothing by my staff. I know for a fact that there's guys on the team that probably wouldn't have, but did it. And it wasn't because, peer pressure. It was just because, like, okay, everybody's doing it. Like, oh, yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it takes to give yourself a better chance. And that's what they did. And so they put themselves in position. And that's why, you feel for it when a guy does, because they've done everything right. Up to this point, and it just comes down to it is what it is.
Was there any doubt that Peyton was going to go 40? Did you look at him at any time?
No, I told him before the game. I said, and I just said we got to be smart with our pace and that type of stuff. But I said, and he knew it. So.
What about Luke? He gets an IV earlier today. Like, was he just feeling terrible? I mean, what kind of comments do you have on him and his persistence? Yeah, no, I mean, Luke is, I'm telling you, he's as tough as they come. And Jamison too, like Jamison, if he could have played, he would have played, part of it was, yesterday it was me. Like, I looked at him, I said, dude, like, I pulled him out for a little bit. I said, you're not right, and I think part of it, like, we're in winter. There's still flu and cold, so that's part of life too, sometimes guys don't feel well. That's just, you're in the thick of it. It's the season. It's just, you get hit with, like normal people, you get hit with it. And so, Luke was just hit with it, but he wanted to play. And I think, like I said, all credit goes to him, that, like, the competitive nature in that dude, to be able to rise up like he did, I think shows what we're trying to make this thing all about. Thanks, Coach.
So, thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, appreciate it.